Hello, my friend. Welcome to the True Secret Sauce series. Let's continue working on the most important part of being a successful trader, managing our mind. The first file that we discussed was the journal, which generally you tend to write before or after the trading day, and that keeps yourself motivated and keep yourself away from anxiety or exuberance, etc. The second file is a trade file. This you can manage it electronically. In fact, I used to have it on a paper, but that was very difficult to manage, and these days I keep it as a doc file. So what is a trade file? A spreadsheet is not a trade file, and most retail investors have at best a spreadsheet and nothing more than that, and they don't have anything to fall back on to see what made their trades win or lose after few weeks or months. So basically, when I say trade file, it's a mix of three files. File 1 is a trading file, and file 2 is a file called successful chart, and file 3 is a failed chart. When you enter a trade, capture the information related to the trade in the screenshots with all the screenshot at the time of the trade. I'm going to show you some examples, but here it is, it highlights. Capture the screenshot at the time of the trade and put it in the temporary file called the trading file. Let's say after a week or 10 days, this trade was a successful one and it was a winner. Copy the information, cut, copy and paste it to the successful chart file. If that trade was a failed one, then move it to the failed chart document. So at best you should have a couple of this trading file should be a skinny one, and successful chart hopefully should be the big one, and failed charts should be relatively small one because you don't want too many failed trades. I consider the importance of failed trades, failed charts more important than the successful charts, because it's a failure that where you tend to learn a lot. So you capture the screenshot at the time of the trade, and once you have moved to successful chart, it helps you understand the why of the trade, why the trade was a winner, why was the trade a loser. Let's say there is a symbol called, let's say you have your trading Caterpillar, CAT, and it was a winner. 3 months from now, again that chart looks promising and you want to enter. You might want to go back and look at the chart that was the winner originally and see what was the chart patterns, what was the market profile, what was the mountains. And if everything looks similar, then you know that you have a small edge over others because this pattern worked in the past, and there's a reasonably good chance that it could work again. More importantly, if there was a failed one, which I'm going to show you right now, then you know that you got to be a little more alert about that trade. I use Snagit to capture lively notes of the trades, make notes on the chart itself and save it. In fact, most of the slides and the notes in this video series was also done using Snagit. So let me go to the charts right now. So here you have three files: trading file, successful charts and failed charts. Let me start off by opening up a failed chart. So this is where I had some trade and it ended up as a loss. So here it is Google, and I'm just putting up the chart at the time of entry, why it was a successful one and what I did. So basically in this chart I noticed that, like, it has been going on a steady downside, so I put a trade at somewhere I don't have the prices because that's not the most important one, and it was a failure. So look at it, and that is what I'm mentioning here. So at that point of time, soon after that, the market reversed and I ended up in a loss. So now I'm understanding it and analyzing it. I am also adding a chart of ES where I'm saying I want to add the ES. ES is just basically the S&P futures or SPY also at the same period. This gives answer to why it failed. Google is a market leader and leads or trails the market bigger, and ES had a steady up day. So that explains it. Next time if I'm going to trade Google, I'm also going to have a look at ES or SPY and see how it is behaving and then make a decision on Google. Now let me show you the successful chart. Here, this was an entry. At entry point, I'm just mentioning what was my monkey bar profile. I had looked at other charts, but I don't think I put all those information in the notes, because this was the most important ones that made me to come to this decision. And I say I just closed in 6 trading days after it. So it was a falling perk on the day, was a double distribution to downside. Pay attention to OTM. So I just put that and it was a winner. So next time if I want to trade cat, and if a chart comes up similar to this, I will be much more confident of entering this trade. In a brutally efficient marketplace where no one has any clear edge, a small advantage is the best you can hope for. And believe me, my friend, this file will help you substantially to get a small 0.001% edge over your peers. So happy and safe trading.